All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Space Brothers, episode 11. The final test. Will you become an astronaut?
Yeah.
And is that determined at all by the people in this bus with you?
Oh, yeah.
With them rating each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
All right, that's
I think
definitely not going to get funky.
One part of, many parts, to come forth in this stage
multi-week
of things
excursion.
Here. Yeah. But I love the premise. I love what we've set up here. I love the ways in which they are potentially also messing with the heads a little bit of the astronauts and, the astronaut hopefuls, if you will.
Right.
To see what kind of comes up to the surface, because we've already seen some attitudes come up.
We have indeed.
Which is very fun. And also some interesting social dynamics that could naturally come about by the ways in which people just see things differently. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But,
let's go.
Without further ado, let's get into this.
ここに入ってまだ20分くらいか。
Whoa. Did we time skip?
何も見えない。なんかすんげえ怖くなってきた。
Okay.
落ち着け。日々とだってこれを耐えたんだ。
What have we got?
何の匂いだ。なんか匂うぞ。なんだ。何の匂いだ。なんだ。何なんだ。
He's having a dream.
この匂いは。
むっくん。
Yeah.
Wow.
着いたよ。むっくん。
That's hilarious.
今みんなバス降りてるよ。
あ。
Damn. You can sleep.
All right.
どことも知れない謎の三次試験会場に到着したのである。
All right. Fun. Damn. He's actually kind of cool looking.
Yeah, he is.
And then there's Muta.
Muta's cool in his own way.
全く外が見えない。
不気味だ。
Probably an aircraft hangar that's been,
Something like that.
hollowed out of, aircraft.
ついてきてください。
天井高い。
Ooh,
Dang.
trippy.
出発から何時間経ったのか全くわからなくなった。
今は夜かそれとも一日経っても
Losing track of time. That is an aspect of
yeah,
potentially
I
going
like
into
it.
space a little bit, Because you're not going to have a day-night cycle in
Right.
the same way.
ください。
おお。
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Nice little lobby.
椅子にかけてください。皆さん、長旅お疲れ様です。ここは我々 JAXA 職員が最
The last room. That's kind of ominous.
優な飲食は共にここが最後です。
Whoa.
この先
Okay.
の閉鎖環境訓練施設に持ち込みは
Whoa.
All right.
そしてもう一つ。
Oh,
ここは
something to
最
sign.
後の選択の場でもあります。
Whoa.
お配りの面積書によく目を通して
Oh.
All right.
Jeez.
ここまで来て受けへんいうやつはおったら爆笑もんやで
Huh?
承諾のサインは今から流す映像を見てから
All right, let's see it.
皆さん
Oh.
2023年の事故はご存知ですね
Oh.
着陸船のパラシュートが
Oh, yeah, that's been brought up before. Yeah.
3名の飛行士が亡くなった事故です。これからお見せするのは墜落現場から回収された船内の録画です。事故死までの3人の一部始終が映っています。
Oh, shit.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I love it.
Are you comfortable potentially dying?
落ち着けマイケル。できることはやろう。タク、状況を管制に報告してくれ。できるだけ細かく。俺とマイケルは落下速度。
This is the voice actor for
Yeah,
him is-
Iskandar and yeah.
Iskandar, yeah.
あんま聞いてない CD とか連続ドラマのラストワールドだってシーズン2の6話目以降まだ見てない。そいつはいいとこで見終わったなマイケル。このドラマ6話目以降は超つまんないぜ。
Boom. Dead.
以上です。
Whoa.
All right.
くれぐれもこれを見たことは
Oh,
Okay.
that is private. Yeah.
のは宇宙飛行士にとって事故に遭う可能性はゼロではないということを再確認してもらうためです。
Yep.
そして彼らのように死を受け入れ行動し続ける覚悟があるか、覚悟ができたという方は書類にサインをしてください。
That's awesome. Like it's hardcore, but I respect that.
すぐにペンを持たない者も数名いる。当然だ。その気持ちはわかる。
Yeah.
自分には関係ないと思う者、自分が死ぬわけないと強気な者、またその逆。
I mean, there's people that don't ever fly on planes, you know?
Right.
Because they're terrified of accidents and stuff. But you multiply that number times like 100, and that's how likely you are to have an accident probably
死ぬま
on
でに宇宙に行けないってのは、
you know, in a
もっと嫌だ。
spacecraft, you know? Because there's so fewer like actual missions that are run on. We already have like,
30分ほど
many accidents
こ
that
こで
have
待って
happened
もらい
with
ます。悩んでいる人は
astronauts dying.
ギリギリまで悩んでください。
Also, an accident on a, you know, spacecraft is leading to most likely death, not necessarily like an injury or
Yeah.
just, you know, really scary, you know, evening, you know?
どうやら全員
Wow. Nice.
All right.
まずは A 班 B 班
Cool.
All right.
そして C 班、この5人1組の ABC の3班はバスの中で皆さんに書いていただ
Oh,
Interesting.
fun.
いて、あなた方15名は全員とても優秀な人材と言えます。誰が選ばれてもおかしくはないし文句もありません。
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. They're not explaining what criteria made them split the teams in this way. So there's certain
与えられるさまざまな課題を5人で協力し合いこなしていって、
Okay.
最終日が来たら各班互いに話し合いをして全員意見一致のもと
whoa.
Oh, shit.
飛行士にふさわしいものを選んでください。
Cool.
That's brutal. Okay.
Cut 60% of each of your teams
Uh-huh.
and send them home and come to a consensus.
Right. That's crazy. It's not like the teams competing against each other. It's
Nope, that's really gutsy to tell them that this early too.
最後にもう一つ、
セリカさんと同じ班になれて
Right, but now
たちで選べってそりゃないんじゃないの。それじゃグループっていうより敵同士じゃないか。
well, there's already two that are easy picks to eliminate.
what, the old guy and the kid?
Yeah.
最後の言葉が気になる。
それから最後にもう一つ、
Yeah, yeah. What was that?
1人か2人かもしくはゼロか未定ですが、
選ぶ人数が決まってないなんて。
Okay, I like it.
ありえへん。なんであの二人と同じ班やねん。ナンバー兄と新田。バスで書いたアンケートでベベとブービーに。
Oh.
からムカつく二人。かと思えば割と上位に書いた福田のおっさんもおる。どういう狙いやジャクサ。
Yeah, they could tell that he ranked them like strategically.
お腹減った
Not even concerned about
Yeah.
this at all. Just like, bruh, this is not enough food.
ムックンムックンここでお別れだ
Yeah.
さらばだ
出た。
He's so cool.
Yep.
残れよケンジ。
Yeah.
お前は別格だ。
Easily. Easily.
断然俺より優れた男だ。アンケートでもお前の名前3位に書いといてやったぞ。
Number 3.
俺の下だけどな。
And Serika. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
した A 班の皆さん、
お
これが皆さんに入っていただく
Oh shit.
M8 です。
It's to simulate a spacecraft. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I love it.
Oh my god, what if they have like zero gravity in there?
Possibly.
おーすげえ。 Wars 見て
He just said it out loud!
古いわ。
写真撮ってもいいですか？
ダメです。
That's why that guy needs to go. He doesn't like
Yeah.
Star Wars.
He's too young, you know?
Right.
It's like, Star Wars is old. It's like, shut up.
準備はよろしいですね。
はい。
Well, it's pressurized. So not zero gravity, but pressurized. Okay.
そういうのは背の順って決まってんのじゃ。
じゃあ次は私だな。
失礼します。
You can go on in.
どうぞ。お兄さん。
The politicking has already begun.
Yeah.
いや、中は普通やな。
Yep, it's all being monitored and recorded. Yep.
あるな。
なるほど。今宇宙にいるんだ。
Right.
私たち。
なんやこれ、しょぼ。
Lame.
心配ないって新田君。
あ、
俺の物言いが減点対象になるんやったら、今頃俺ここにおらへん。ジャクサさんは器がでかい。寛容な人たちや。
寛容だってさ。
Director, hey!
あー、彼うまいよね。今ので発言のラインを上げたよ。これでね、ある程度強い言葉遣い。
一応 A、B、C 班全員ボックス内に入りました。
Alright, we can make announcements. Let's go.
よーし、じゃあ始めちゃおう。
どうしたの伊藤さん。お腹痛いの？
いえ、大丈夫です。減ってるだけです。
でも顔色悪いし。
そのナスダです。
This guy's such a...
昔、
Yeah.
一般の大学生をバイトで雇って同じような閉鎖ボックスに10日間。
Mr. Beast is like, those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
ちょっとそのテンションがおかしくなってしまい、カメラに向かってお尻ペンペン
Wow.
ということが起こりうるのです。日の当たらない閉鎖空間というのはね。さあさあ、プチ情報は以上にして、一つ目の課題は
Introverts are like, ah,
Been
easy.
training for this my whole life.
Yep. All my training has prepared me for this moment.
で、中に止まった時計と電池があります。さて、今何時でしょう。5人で話し合い、時計を合わせてください。制限時間は10分。
そんなの朝ごはんの
何時か。制限時間10分。
お願いみんな、そんなシーンとしないで。今もしお腹鳴ったら
No one wants to be the first one to say something, and
どうしましょうかね。聞こえた？聞こえてないよね。オッケー。
No, see, here's where you say, it doesn't matter, it's relative. Let's set it at 0 and just go.
yeah. Oh my god, they're all like...
関東って答えは6時にしとこか。
難波君はなぜ3時だと思うのか聞きたいな。
Yeah.
いや、
どうせ適当やろ。ほら、これ見たらわかるやん。みんなそれなりに計算してんのに、ナンバーだけ3時、ポーンって。やる気ゼロやん。
もし3時だったら
出発から4時間近く経ってる計算になるよな。それからちょっと待って。そんな計算。
I have a watch.
He's about to flex on all of them with like, you paying attention?
Yeah.
Are you really paying attention?
If it is just that band on his wrist is a watch and he's just like...
No, that would be funny. But I don't think it's that. I think it's something with regards to the way that they're being set in this environment here. Like, you think it's a poster of space and it's boring, but that actually might tell you something about the actual time it is.
I'm waiting for it to be the thing, though, of like, nah, it doesn't matter. We're out in space for the next 2 weeks. Mission Control will always be there to hear us, but
Right.
our time is just whatever we pick. Like,
Okay, split them off into teams.
Yep.
We've got some tests that are going to be localized to different groups so that they can
I like it.
see how they operate without everybody communicating, so their knowledge base is more localized and specific. That's really fun, but then also because they're rivals, because they're telling them beforehand.
that you have to choose the 2 people that you think would best fit as astronauts.
Right, what I'm thinking that they're potentially also going to do by having those extra people is that they're looking for the people that are going to naturally come up as leaders amongst this group.
Sure.
And it's not just going to be the ones that are competing the best, but who are actually like bringing the best out of everybody. You know?
Right, because I'm waiting for it to be something where it's okay, we have all of these brilliant engineers and physically capable people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to kindergarten, right?
Sure.
Classroom setting. Who can make friends? Who can do
Yep.
whatever, right? Like,
Who can
play
basically
nice,
handle who can basically handle being around people that you don't necessarily like,
Right.
while also being around people that you do really like, because
Yeah.
that's going to naturally create conflicts.
right, can you treat everybody equally?
Right.
Or like, and also being in potentially a high stress situation where it's, hey, you're maybe a bit tired and all this stuff, a bit frazzled. We're taking you through this space. You haven't seen the sun in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I also really like that they brought up the idea that, hey, by the way, disclaimers here. We put a college student through this. They were by themselves, by the way. That's a very big difference.
That is a huge difference.
It's an enormous difference. But they were by themselves, and on day 8, they started to lose it. Now, what they were doing is trying to make fun of the situation.
Right.
So I wouldn't say they were necessarily entirely losing it.
They weren't like going crazy, but it's
They were showing signs that they weren't taking this seriously anymore.
Yeah,
at the very least.
exactly. They were starting to behave very differently because it's it's pretty ridiculous. All right, sure. Yeah, hey, this is a study. You're watching me. All right.
Yeah.
Check out this ass,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But having 5, 4 others in yourself, I feel like is a good solid number of diversity with regards to, different types of people to interact with. So you're never going to feel like you're stuck with just one or 2,
And the fact that it's a group deciding for a number of people that is less than half, you can't get something where it's majority decision, right?
Right.
Like it's full, like...
Someone's giving it up, basically.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Yeah.
Right. You're not going to have factions of 2 being able to work here because it will always leave one out.
Right.
And that, just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So, they've thought about this really well in advance. They've probably done this, hundreds of times, or maybe not hundreds of times, but quite a few times.
Yeah.
But then also the reveals of who they ranked, it makes sense for Muta, but it also makes sense that some of the people that would be in their group are people that ranked them super low.
Right.
Which means that they're trying to not just push people into situations where it's, these are the people you liked, so you'll probably work well with them.
But how do you handle yourself when you're with someone you don't like? Yeah.
Right. I also think that as far as from a meta standpoint, I could have guessed all 3 of the other characters, other than Serika, that would be with Muta.
Yeah.
If they told me that they were going to put 5 characters together, I would have immediately been like, well, we can't have both Serika and Kenji with Muta here, so we need 3 others, and it would have been basically just a guess of whether or not the other guy, who's kind of the rival guy in the camo or whatever, not the camo, the guy who's with the guy in the camo, if he would be in the group.
No, yeah, this makes total sense.
We have the JoJo character, we have the noisy little shrew guy who's being kind of annoying,
we've got
and then we have our old guy.
Yeah.
They fill all 3 of the... Of the
like sort of archetypes.
The archetypes, exactly.
Right, you've got the person who's the actual competitor in the JoJo character, right? You've got the obvious, hey, you're a nice dude, Grandpa.
Right, the nice dude who's going to be very easy to work with in general.
Right, and also not actually competition really, because you probably you're probably too old. There's probably better picks,
Yeah.
But then and then the heel character where it's the
He's just a chaos factor that's going to
nobody's
kind of
going to like you,
to make it hard to have group consensus. Like, it's going to be really hard to do that.
Yeah, to give there enough conflict so that it's actually worth focusing on this, as opposed to, like, Team C, where, like, none of the character designs are ones where I'm like, none of these are going to be ongoing characters, right?
Or two of them might be, but it's just
they could be.
We're not going to be focusing on them anytime soon.
Right.
And also, from an efficiency standpoint, this cuts down on the amount of bloat that you can have in the cast by dividing them into 3 teams.
And
so
also,
the story can move at a much faster pace now.
And also the whole thing of it being Serika just makes perfect sense because, one,
Yeah.
that will throw Muta off a little bit.
It will.
But then, more importantly, it's certainly not going to be Kenji because Kenji would make it too easy.
Yes,
right?
Way too easy.
And so he'll be in his own group, and yeah, of course, he's going to be one of the 2 people.
He's a freaking politician.
Like, it's of course.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But there's genuine...
there's going to be genuine struggle here.
There's going to be genuine struggle here, although from another meta standpoint, because there's 2 people that are going to make it, and there's 2 main characters in this group.
And there's... And also, 2 of the people in this group are easy eliminations, you know?
Right.
Right, like, it's not... there's going to be conflict. We, of course, know how it's going to end, but, you know...
Right. But Nita is an interesting X factor by being this just large man that just looks really serious and
and he
focused.
already threw that little jab of the all right,
big brother.
After you, big brother. Yeah,
kind of giving the like, hey old man, but also
the like,
hey buddy, you know,
hey Nepo, you know, like
oh I didn't even think. I'm so dumb. Yeah. I'm so dumb. Big brother. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it as the thing of like, oh, you're older than me. You're the old one here.
So it's that sort of
but also like, no, he's just calling him a Nepo kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That makes way more sense. He's trying to get him, like, rattle him and get under his skin there. And he's doing it like right before they get in. And to be like, they're not seeing this.
Sure, right. Doing it in the way that and also in the way that would be the most potentially passing off as like just, you know, oh, it's not as crazy as the
it's very subtle.
Yeah, the loudmouth, you know, rah 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 rah, you know, guy that's in there with them, but
god damn, that guy's
he's so annoying. Yeah. But I did like his little logic thing of like, hey, no, guys, let's be real. Like even though this part wasn't something that he mentioned, but they're going to be seeing us for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're going to be seeing a lot.
Yeah.
If my little, you know, comments and stuff were really that much of a problem, I wouldn't be here right now.
Oh my god, wait. This kind of throws out my whole plant theory from before.
Yeah.
But wouldn't he make such a great plant? Is that he's just the actor's like, you just need to be an asshole. Just go in there and do it. But the fact then that the JAXA crew were like, hey, he's saying that
we're generous.
We're generous.
Yeah, but also cool. So they're actually cool. That did make them relax a little bit. They might actually like, you know, we might get a better insight into what they're really thinking.
Right, more of their honest thoughts.
Like the fact that Serika is thinking, I can't say that I'm hungry. You know?
Right, because I don't think she wants to feel like she's not physically capable of, you know, handling this.
Right.
Nobody else seems to be complaining about it. So please, can somebody else bring this up, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right? You'd think that, you know, Mr. JoJo character would be the one that'd be like, damn, need some food, you know? Like
he's got body fat to work through. You know, he's got that happy, like, ripped 20% body fat, you know, kind of body, right?
Maybe.
Personally, for me, I'm with Serika, though. I eat a copious amount of food.
Yep.
I have a ridiculously, like, crazy metabolism that, like, if I didn't have that, I would be... It would be a problem for me, basically. But, like, I eat so much food that, like, if I go 3 hours without eating something...
Yep.
It's just, like...
I started pre-eating before I go out with people, you know, like, because it's like, I'm probably not going to get enough
That's
food.
also economically smart, too.
Yeah.
I mean, usually they get you with the drinks. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Point is, Muta, you got good competition. Clearly, of course, you voted Serika number one. That was never, you know... Well, actually, no. I could have seen him voting Serika number 2 and him number 1. Maybe.
Yeah.
But the idea that he voted Serika number 1, I very much like that. But I also like the idea that in this space here, how quickly will they start, you know, talking about the things that make them qualified versus the things that make others not qualified.
Yeah, given that they know that it's hey, we're going to be picking, you know, the top two and all that stuff, but also
it's like that's going to be decided like 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, and we've got the cameras and all that stuff, right? Like you can't go full on. All right, I'm going to sabotage everybody. This is an episode of Survivor or whatever. Right. Like because then that might make you look bad, you know.
Right, and there's always the possibility that they're like, oh, we lied. You know, the consensus thing actually means nothing.
We were wanting you to decide, but like that's not actually. We didn't say that we would decide from the 6 people that get you know put forward.
But yeah, we just want to know, you know, which of you do you think it would be?
Right, because one of the things that I'm actually really curious about, since they said you'll have to come to a consensus on the 2 people to be astronauts, Mr. Loudmouth could absolutely try and do something of holding everyone hostage. If like, hey, they said we have to come to a consensus, and I'm not going to agree to anyone other than myself.
I'm going to be, 12 angry men,
yeah, exactly, right. I'm going to keep everyone here.
Yep.
So you better put me in there, otherwise, whoops, you know.
Oh no.
Right, and then that can be the easy thing if they're like, okay, yeah, cool, he's out, you know, right? Like,
well, right, but that's the thing though, is that by the purpose of the test and stuff, then they'd look at the people and go, so who's going to convince him to vote?
Sure, or who's, that's a great point.
Yeah. I'm just excited for they have to come to a consensus? Cool. Now, it might be the kind of thing where someone becomes a little shit like that and makes a problem, but I could see someone bringing up the argument of, hey, even if this isn't the test that's actually going to determine whether we're an astronaut, I could see someone coming to that conclusion, that this could be an obfuscation or a misdirect.
Yeah.
But they could also go like, hey, clearly you want to be an astronaut, right? Mm-hmm. Don't you want to make it back here, next time?
Yeah.
Even if you do get picked for this here, there's a possibility that they just overwrite the rules or what have you.
Yeah, or just don't pick you because of how you got this place, and then maybe you don't get back here the next time, right?
Right.
Like, they
but if this is happening also after 2 weeks
name.
of isolation with just the 5 of them.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so it's do they bond and get closer, or do they actually just get on each other's nerves?
Yeah.
You know?
And what kind of people would be the ones that would keep those rifts from being created?
Right. I definitely feel like this little arc that we're going to get is going to land very differently for us, having gone through like COVID and quarantine and all that.
Yeah, I actually agree. Yeah, I think that's a very big plus for us as far as like analyzing what this actually feels like. Because I've not been living alone. I've never lived I've lived alone for like 6 to 9 months, I would say, of my life ever.
Okay.
I've always had one roommate or like dorm mate or something like that. So I don't know really what it's like for a long period of time. But when I lived by myself for like that little bit of time, basically a roommate, transitioned out and stuff. It was odd. I will say I spent a lot of time on my computer and playing video games and stuff.
Right, you find different ways to entertain yourself. And so, like, the college student had the book and things like that.
But yeah, I would say, just getting a little bit real here, I probably get a panic attack twice a year. Just no matter what. No matter what. And during that time, which was not during COVID or anything like that, I do think I had more panic attacks than I had during the average. I want to say I maybe had double or what have you. So I had like 4 a year or something.
I feel like because...
Which I guess for 6 months, it might have been even more intense because it...
Yeah. I feel like with the whole introvert thing, there would absolutely be that element where I'd be like, oh, this is no problem. I have a book to read or something like that. Or just go up in here and think about stuff,
Oh my gosh, true.
Okay, cool.
List off the kinds of things that you can do by yourself.
Write a book,
Bro, I can literally like watch a movie in my head.
Oh, right, that too. Plan up D&D characters or things like that.
I would love to be tested.
So many things.
I would love to be tested in this regard because I do think that there's a difference between that when you have all the things that are yours with you versus no, you can't bring anything else in here.
Right.
Like, you only have what we provide you.
Right. You don't have books. You maybe have paper and pencils and stuff.
Sure. But what if you don't even have that?
Yeah.
Like, you have no materials with which to create or destroy,
And to say nothing about the fact that they're basically going to be testing them and having them do all this stuff that might be adding pressure to the situation and making it so that they can't necessarily think about the stuff they want to do. Right. Granted, I think most, like, if they're simulating, like, being in space and stuff, a lot of it would be kind of doing nothing where they're, like, en route or something. Now, maybe because this is only 2 weeks and not, like, multiple months.
Right.
They're cutting out a lot of that. But I still feel like, they're not... This is not going to be some 12-hour work days in confinement kind of situation, right?
No.
Like, I imagine
this isn't prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
although some of them might, lose some weight and get a little bit more muscle because they just start, doing push-ups,
exactly,
crunches and
right
home body workout kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got people there to, like, hold your feet for sit-ups and, and things like that. And, like,
true. Actually, the motivation would be really strong if you just got one person of the 5, basically, to be like, hey, do you want to, like, work out 2 hours or 20 minutes, depending on, what kind of intense workouts you're doing every day? Like 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening.
To say nothing of if people decide to start dating in this 2 weeks.
Bro, it's 2 weeks. Nobody's going to start dating in 2 weeks.
Like, all right, so there's multiple rooms in this establishment. Got some exercise.
See, what I want is the exercise buddy to be the old guy, and he takes off his shirt, and he's just ripped. He's just he's just built
Actually,
different.
Here's a good question.
That has to be the reveal at some
This
point.
is not going to be something that the show goes into.
Okay.
But 2 weeks, right? Cameras everywhere. How comfortable would you feel masturbating? Or would you just not? Would you just go full dry for 2 weeks? Right? Like...
the conversations amongst men.
It's like, hey... could you maybe look away from the camera for the next, 3 minutes and 10 seconds?
There's covers, there's sheets. You don't have to actually show exactly what you're doing. Motherfucker just going straight to the camera, just like, yeah. Bruh.
They've got audio, they can see your face, like...
Bruh.
Still not very private.
No, no. See, like my thing more specifically with this is just like you're gonna be, getting like nude at times and having
on camera. Yeah.
I don't give
right,
a
like
fuck
even
about
if they
that.
don't have like cameras in like the bathroom or the shower or whatever.
No,
right?
probably not.
Probably
No.
not. But like, yeah, it's
Yeah, no, I would absolutely be totally fine with it. I wouldn't have any issues.
Yeah, no, you just do it in the bathroom or the shower, right? It's
right.
Okay, cool. Nice. Thank you. You look at the camera and you say thank you. Be right back. and you come back
and then you
like,
find out
cool.
that that's where all the bullying happens. They bring you into the shower and they're like, nobody's watching. Nobody's listening. You motherfucker, if you don't vote for me.
Right. No one can tell when the person...
In space, no one can hear you scream.
A second person goes into the place with no cameras. Both people come out. One person's covered in bruises. And it's like, I don't know what happened in there.
They slipped.
Right.
They fell in the shower.
Soap is slippery,
Yeah. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode and almost deranged discussion.
Yes.
Again. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link to the doobly doo up here. You can check out full-length timer reactions there as well, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.